for you.
Hello and welcome to the video. Within this video we will be taking a very good detailed look at the new Brewtools F-Series Unitanks. A Unitank is simply a vessel that can be used to ferment and serve beer from, negating the need for separate vessels for each of these tasks. My aim within this video is to answer the majority of the questions you have, if not all, so let's get started. The Brewtools brand launched in 2017 and previous to these Unitanks has focused on premium brewing systems. These quickly became highly sought after options which for many presented a new market leader for premium homebrewing products. This was achieved through innovation and super high quality which is backed up by a now famous high level of customer service. The demand for these brewing systems continued to be so high that often there is a wait time after order. At the time of making this video, the wait times of these new Unitanks is of a similar position yet longer due to how new these are. So even once you have made your decision to buy one, then you should pre-order as soon as possible, either via the manufacturer's website or from a homebrew store that is expecting stock. Some homebrew stores may have stock available before Brewtools do though, so check with your local homebrew store first. I will now walk and talk you through this product, starting with a quick look over the whole unit before going into further details on the individual features and components. The model that I'm showing you here is actually the smallest of the range, the F40. Shown on top of the screen are the various model sizes available. These are all essentially the same except for the obvious volume differences, and that the 40 and 80 litre models have 8" to 3" adapters instead of 8" to 4" within their top lids, which is standard on the larger models. The 8" top opening is the same on all tanks, which makes them very easy to clean. So everything else that you will see in this video is very relative to each model in the range. I have more information on specific models coming later on in this video. The very first things that you will notice when you are up close and personal with a Brewtools Unitank is just how well made and thought out the full product is. During the process of unboxing and putting this together, I was simply in awe of the quality and design. Even the assembly tool supplied is of premium quality with a nice weight to it and offers a bottle opener, which is certainly a nice touch. The end section here is also compatible with 7/8" Cornelius or Firestone posts being 12 point. Each of these Unitanks has a special treatment trademarked as Pure Blast, which does not require passivation and keeps it looking great, removing the need for exterior polishing. This treatment has been applied to the inside and outside of the Unitank. This process does not use oils or wax during production and only requires a quick rinse with warm water before sanitizing and it's ready to use. On the top of the Unitank we have 4 smaller ports which can be fitted with a selection of 34mm tri-clamp accessories. Some of these are included by standard and some are optional extras. Let's now take a closer look at these. Firstly, we have this high quality analog pressure gauge which is liquid filled to maintain accurate readings. This also ensures a longer life cycle compared to non-liquid models plus a higher resistance to drops. Naturally these are much more expensive than a regular pressure gauge, but this is included with the Brewtools Unitank packages by standard. This gauge covers from 0 to 3 bar in red and from 0 to past 40 psi in black, so well within the levels needed for this Unitank. Another standard package included part is this blow-off pipe which makes its way down the side of the Unitank that is firmly held in place by an additional specialist tri-clamp connector. This is connected to the main framework of the Unitank stand. This pipe terminates with a butterfly valve that allows it to remain during pressure. As an optional extra, the blow-off pipe can actually have a Brewtools T-piece added to it, allowing one of these tri-clamp compatible ball lock posts for gas to be added as an optional extra without removing the pipe. By connecting this ball lock with a regulated CO2 supply, this allows the contained end beer to be served from the Unitank just like from a beer keg. Also supplied as part of the Unitank package is this pressure release valve which is set to 2 bars of pressure, which is the equivalent to just over 29 psi. This is the maximum working pressure set for these Unitanks. It should be understood though that these tanks are actually pressure tested to much higher levels, but this level has been set for a reassuring level of user safety. This will not get in the way of normal pressure fermentation levels, as there is no yeast company that recommends pressure above 1 bar anyway, and frankly 2 bar is more than most people will ever use for carbonation and serving pressure. Next we have this very deluxe spunding valve, which is an essential item for pressure fermentation and sold as an optional extra. This product has a range of between 0 to 2.2 bar or between 0 to 32 psi, which is easily adjusted by twisting the centerpiece to either increase or decrease pressure. Because the actual level is clearly marked, this is a very fast and easy way to dial in pressure. The top lid areas of these tanks offer very generous sizing as well as further options, so let's now look at this in more detail. This top lid has a very good feel and weight to it. This is a very premium quality machined item as you would expect, and really no camera can do it full justice that it deserves, but I'm doing my best here to show you just how well made this is. The top lid is fastened into place to withhold pressure by this 8-inch tri-clamp, which as you can see is quite the big daddy of tri-clamps. To tighten this tri-clamp, Brewtools also include in the standard package this tool. When using this tool for tightening, you really do have a much easier time in securing this lid to avoid leaks. This is certainly a very nice addition to see for making life easier and for reassurance. An optional extra for the top inner lid is this hop drop kit, which can be used for adding hops as well as other ingredients without introducing oxygen or without losing pressure within the Unitank. The top of this kit has two attachments, one for CO2 input via a corny keg style ball lock post and a pressure release valve at the other end. At the lower section of this kit is this butterfly valve, which is used to drop your ingredients. Here is a closer look at the seal section of this valve, which is of great premium quality. Let's take a closer look at the top opening of this Unitank, which as you can see is certainly large enough for me to get both hands in to manually clean any area of the tank. And here is some zoom video and stills of the inside of this Unitank. Please do note that at this point it is fresh from manufacture and as such still contains some water spots from final cleaning and testing that can be seen within some surface areas. The most important things here to note is that the seams and welds here are very tidy and smoothed, so as such there are no areas where regular cleaning is not going to suffice, which is certainly not something you will get with all other fermenters or Unitanks on the market. In the middle front of this Unitank we have three 34mm ports. You can see in the middle of these three ports that I have placed a sampling tap, which is included in the Unitank's base package. I have also placed an optional extra ball lock post for liquid, which has the possibilities of being used for beer serving or can be used for enclosed transfer into a separate keg. The other valve I have left blank for now, but it could be used with other fittings such as the optional carbonation kit, which includes a ball lock fitting and carbonation stone. Naturally you can expect further add-on kits in time in true Brewtools style. This company is very responsive to its customers' suggestions and wishes. Below this section there is a 2-inch butterfly valve that is positioned in the lower mid-section of the conical. This can be used for transfer. This port also has a 2-inch racking arm which is included with the basic package, which you saw during the internal shots in the last section. Further down at the bottom of the conical is a 90-degree angle stainless steel 2-inch wide elbow that is connected to a further butterfly valve for dumping of trub. All of this is included in the standard package. On the left hand side of the Unitank we have two 34mm tri-clamp ports, which are entry and exit ports for glycol. This Unitank has its own integrated cooling section by standard, which has been designed with efficiency and ease of cleaning as its primary goals. Due to this being integrated into the main body, there is none of the inconvenience of a cooling spiral to navigate, especially when it comes to cleaning. Brewtools have their own range of fittings to support this feature, which are optional extras of course. Below these two ports at the top of the conical curve is a 2-inch auxiliary port which can be used with an optional extra heating element. At the time of making this video this part is not quite ready, but it is expected during the last quarter of 2021 for retail release. On the right hand side of the tank on the top of the conical curve we have two 1.5-inch tri-clamp ports. Normally you would use one of these with a thermo well, which Brewtools offer in different sizes and lengths, or a temperature sensor. Brewtools recommend the 160mm 1.5 tri-clamp thermo well for most applications. Included in the basic package is this high quality zippered neoprene jacket, which is used for insulation, but should also be good at keeping condensation at bay during cold crashing or lagering periods, when the Unitank is connected to a glycol chiller. This jacket can be installed and taken off without separating the main body from the legs, which is certainly a very nice convenient feature compared to what is offered by some other manufacturers. Let us now look at some information that I hope will prove useful in regards to size specifications across this range. Let's start by looking at physical size. The Brewtools Unitanks feature their own adjustable frame which offers a good level of flexibility. Shown on screen are the lowest and maximum heights for the range of these Unitanks. Please do note that these measurements do not include accessories like, for example, the hop drop kit, which will certainly add in extra height. Each of these Unitanks also has their own maximum and minimum recommended volume sizes as shown on screen now. Do keep in mind though, if you wish to use a glycol chiller for cooling at the very best performance level, then with the F40 and F80 models a fill level of 25 litres is highly recommended, whereas for the F100 and 150 a level of 50 litres is suggested. Naturally with performance in mind, just like the smaller models. Here are some closing thoughts. I have to say that I did have high expectations for this product range simply based on the reassurance that Brewtools brand has proven itself worthy of for some 5 years now, despite the fact that to many this is still a relatively new player in the homebrew market. The blend of premium quality, a large range of features including some very developed innovation, has proven to be the theme for Brewtools products in the past, and that certainly seems to be the case here too. I say seems because at this stage I am yet to test all of this thoroughly. Certainly even with much cheaper products I believe that it is impossible to give a final review without testing it more than a few times. There is certainly a great deal to test with this Unitank and you can be sure that I will be doing just that in the coming weeks as the heating and cooling parts become available. Once I feel that I have given this the amount of testing required, then you can expect a final review video on my channel, which will hopefully fit in with the time that these are faster to obtain for the masses. If you have any questions then please do not hesitate to ask within the comment section of this video. Before finishing this video I would like to recommend and direct you to another YouTuber's channel known as Portly Gentleman. This channel has to have the most Brewtools content of any channel on YouTube and should be of particular interest to those in the US as Bradley is based in California. You will find 2 Brewtools Unitank videos on his channel that relate to unboxing as shown on screen now and also to the setup and first clean, which I believe you should find informative and interesting. I do hope that you found this video useful, informative and interesting. If so, why not consider liking and subscribing? For further support you can join the channel's Facebook group, and if you would like to support the channel then check out the channel's merchandise store, as all profits go back into the channel. Until next time, happy brewing!